Welcome, my name is Matt, aka Road Jedi 88. We are getting into Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Just marking a couple things here. Gonna get into guild raids. My guild is just launching off a new raid, and as I marked up how I knew there was a raid, I got something in my inbox telling me all about it. So I can come to raids, but how do we get a raid to happen? The guild leader can tell you, the guild officers can tell you easily, because they have to watch out for these little guild tokens that we, the guild members, help them bring in. One reason why you want to be working on your daily quest, which also simultaneously helps you work out your other quest objectives that you might have going on, is as well as also get some achievements. Like you want Han Solo shards, right? You want or you want General Kenobi shards. You want Darth Traya's shards. You want to actually have the completion scored for you. For having completed in your journey guide guild raids. And you know, it can be kind of tricky to get your guild leaders and guild officers if it is a guild that has been around for a few years with a lot of build-up experience, because a lot of times they like to push for the harder challenges after a while, and who can blame them? You know, I mean, doing a raid that is a cakewalk can get kind of mundane and boring after a while when you only barely even get to see a minute of it. I mean, I get it, but when you're running a guild that's open for people to come in, you got to know you're bringing in young players who are going to want to have this achievement completed for their score count. And it is easy to get far along into the game that we forget what it was like to be a younger player account, to be in a younger account with the player, as a player. One reason why doing those raids can be a little bit better to go at is because of the shards that you can get out of them, as well as the achievement accomplishment, the achievement scoring that you get, the power-up, character player power-up. But while 5 years ago, I could never get these characters in the store, I would have had to be in a raid. I would have needed to be in a guild willing to backtrack so I can even get these shards. Well, gee, you can go look in the store. It's there. Okay, great. What about my achievement completions? I still want that too. You know, that's kind of another thing you gotta think about. It's not just only for the shards, it's for a number of features. Why we want to do raids, and not just the same raid over and over and over and over and over and over, because even that gets mundane too. So we have Han Solo, General Kenobi, Darth Traya. They were three that were on that list. They're not the only raids that are there. There's a new one that we got going on now, or at least new to me. I didn't see it 5 years ago. But getting a guild who has some life experience in the guild, they're one of two things. They're not going to want to backtrack because one, they forget what it was like to be a new player, and the working effort that it took to build up. Or they're a pay-to-play type of player. They don't know at all. Two or three, along the lines with number one, they forget. They get so caught up in wanting to try to progress from where they're at, which is great. There's nothing against that. And if it was me, I would say maybe every once in a while, when we collect these guild tokens, because I've seen some guilds where the officer takes into consideration of the younger accounts, the younger players in the guild, that they leave the door open for to come in, and when they collect the tokens needed, sometimes once in a while they'll run a vote to see, hey, does anyone need to go back for achievement reasons or for journey guide completions? I mean, it's a thing of consideration and respect, you know, for the younger players. They're not going to do it every time, but maybe like once a month, once every other month, something like that, just to kind of let the younger players know that they're not being ignored, that they're not being forgotten, that they're not just space filling in, you know, filling in space for their benefits. Because what do we benefit for being in the guild, right? I mean, it goes both ways. So each day, this resets each day, and we each have to participate. When we do our daily quest that is lined up in here, and we complete it, we get all our goodies. As you can see, part of it was doing energy today, and actually I think this was like every day. So that's one reason why you want to be doing your daily quest, because you automatically contribute into this. And then on top of that, then you have Squad Arena. But this part does change. This is probably gonna be something different tomorrow. This one particularly is Squad Arena, tier 2 of 7. I brought us up to the 20 count a moment ago. And complete player versus player attempts. You get 5 attempts in the squad arenas and in the fleet arenas per day. Okay, well, can it be a little time consuming? Sure. But don't you have to also get your daily quest done? Yeah. So maybe you start your daily with doing a squad battle. Work a little on your dailies. Go back to the squad after that countdown for the reset has resetted. Then go back to some more dailies. Go back for another battle. Maybe some more dailies. Check in on the guild. Check in to see if there's anything going on in the guild that you need to participate in. And then go back to it for another battle. You can break down when you're doing the 5 battles, because you have to wait for it to reset anyways. So you can be getting your dailies knocked out while it's resetting each time. As well as your guild participations. I mean, you can kind of prioritize how you go about this. With that said, like I said, once the guild leader gets those tokens, and he's built up enough, he's saved enough tokens to be able to spend on a raid, you're going to get, as a member, you'll get a message that says, hey, there's a raid, go and participate. Your guild has started a raid, basically letting you know that, you know, they're recruiting you to join, and you're going to go in. And like I said, there are multiple different types of raids. My guild has been specifically sticking with the speeder bike pursuit. Now, as you saw, I haven't even gotten my journey guide raids completed, because they I guess they're hung up on this one. I wouldn't mind if they did go back for myself, and I'm sure some of the other newer members in the guild would love it if the officers and the leader and officers took that into consideration to maybe go back so we can get those journey guides and the achievements part. Forget about the shards. Yeah, we can get them in the store. It's gonna take longer to get those, but we can get it that way. Or we can go join a new guild, or we can start our own new guild. But those take even longer to get that done. They got all the muscle in the guild. That's why we're doing all these speeder bikes, is because of they got all the muscle. That's why they want to do it so much. Their muscle could help us run a couple of these Han Solo, get these, you know, the journey guide raids, achievements knocked out for ourselves, giving us a chance to get those knocked out. Of course, I'd love to participate with the speeder bike raids. Why would I not? I'm all for it. But I kind of would like to get the other ones done too. And I know we have other new members in the guild who would love to have that completion as well for themselves. So with that said, if we were to join in on a raid, you're gonna go in and you're gonna get to see what raid is being ran. The guild has got 11.6 thousand guild tokens from everyone contributing for doing their daily quests, their daily objectives, participating in whatever secondary objective the the 107, whatever 207, which now we're at 207, is telling us to do down the tier lineup objectives in the guild achievements. So once that has been collected, the leader has it in his hands. He puts in a purchase for a raid, and we all join in on this raid. And there are rewards like character shards, as well as other reward potentials that can be spent into the shipment, the store shipment. You win a raid. Hold on. You complete a raid. Now that's crap. You complete a raid, go to a shipment, purchase some stuff, then go to your collections, and you get to build your characters up with whatever you want out of the raids. You also accomplish achievements as well as journey guide stuff for participating in these aspects. So it is important to want to be a part of the guild raids, but it's also important to understand how we even get to do a guild raid and participating in that aspect, so that we can get guild raids, so that we can continue to progress, so that we can hopefully have more to offer when it comes to territory wars and territory battles. So yeah, this was for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes guild raids. Just kind of a simple breakdown. My next video will be the actual raid itself. Subscribe to the channel. Like the videos, comments, questions, suggestions down below, and may the force be with you. Thank you for following.